In Alabama, we love being on the wrong side of history, and we really love people who are on the wrong side of history. We support them. We celebrate them. That's why we have all these Confederate monuments, all these schools and roads named after Confederates. That's why those things have more rights and protections than a uterus, because it's our heritage. It's not hate. And it's also why in Montgomery on Friday night, almost 3,000 people paid money to eat dinner and listen to Trump play his classics. Together we will defeat the globalists, the Marxists, the Muppets, the socialists, the radical left who are just trying to destroy this country. Because remember, they're not really after me, they're after you. I just happen to be in the way. But he also said this.
People of Alabama is to approve a 6-lane I-65 from Huntsville. Everyone had endorsed me. It's such an honor. But I said, what can I do for this great state? You could make a 6-laner. Does everyone agree that's a big...
He said on day one he would approve a 6-lane I-65 from Huntsville to Mobile. That's the most pressing issue for Republicans in Alabama. Well, other than taking down the globalists and Marxists and socialists and Muppets and Fraggles who are trying to destroy this great country, of course. But Huntsville to Mobile, that's over 300 miles. He also said that Mesco was going to pay for a wall. We're going to get Mississippi to pay for I-65. My senior year of high school, they started widening part of the interstate in my area, 30 miles of it. That was in 2001. They're still working on it. How long is Huntsville to Mobile going to take? Maybe my grandkids will see it finished. But also, that's infrastructure, and I thought Republicans hated infrastructure. I mean, every Republican in Congress who's endorsed Trump, every Republican in Congress voted against Biden's infrastructure bill. But I think that's just because there was money set aside in that bill for crepe myrtles to be able to take hormone blockers and have color change operations. I mean, the radical left won't say that if just because you're born a pink crepe myrtle, that means you can just turn yourself into a white or a purple one. Every single Republican in Congress from Alabama voted against the infrastructure plan. But when it passed, they all praised the money that was coming their way for projects in the infrastructure plan that they voted against. Like Tuberville praised all the money that was coming for broadband access, even though he voted against it. But I know that right now we're talking about roads. We need good roads. That has nothing to do with broadband. If you want good internet, you should just pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Well, what about Gary Palmer? Completion of Birmingham's Northern Beltline has been a priority of mine since I was elected to Congress. Now funding for the project has now passed. So that's been a priority of his since he was elected to Congress, yet he voted against the funding for it, but then he took credit for the funding when the bill he voted against passed. The only thing that is consistent with MAGA is inconsistency. Hallelujah and roll tide.